Goeiedag. Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Yeah, we're talking about the banking industry in South Africa because they're about to have a huge strike on the 27th of this month. That's what's planned. South Africa's embattled economy is set to face collateral damage when finance union SASBO, or SASBO, embarks on a total shutdown of the banking sector later in September. But the industry says it has put plans in place to limit the damage. The industrial action is set for September the 27th. The union will be striking against job losses and retrenchments in the sector, which it argues are driven by corporate greed and not because of technological developments in the much-touted Fourth Industrial Revolution. The protest comes as the industry is battling job losses and scrambling to digitize its operations due to competition from tech-savvy newcomers such as Discovery, Time Bank, and Bank Zero. Standard Bank, the second largest bank in South Africa, has been forced to close 91 branches, affecting 1,200 employees, as it realigns its retail and business banking delivery model to be on par with the demands of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Other banks could follow if trading conditions worsen. Now, read what Standard Banks are saying is just cutting staff. That's what they're talking about. I've seen it so much, just here in Australia too. SASBO General Secretary Joe Kokela said the union's 73,000 members will embark on industrial action to prove a point and teach the embattled bosses a costly lesson. According to him, the members make up about 70% of the entire banking sector staff. He said they had no qualms about shutting down the economy, which declined 3.2% in the first quarter of this year, while the unemployment rate jumped from 27.6% to 29% in the second quarter. The unemployment rate is actually a lot higher than that, probably closer to 50%. The Reserve Bank expects the economy to grow just 0.6% in 2019, after the disappointing 0.8% of 2018. Kokela maintained that the union has exhausted all avenues of trying to engage with the employers to stop the jobs bloodbath in the crucial sector. He said, "The banks are not cooperating. They don't want to listen to what we have to say. By shutting down the economy, we want them to come back to their senses," he said. "We want to show that without these workers, they are nothing. We're trying to call out their arrogance." He argued that retrenchments in the sector are not about the Fourth Industrial Revolution, but about corporate greed. How do you justify someone taking home 258,000 Rand a day just because he's a bank executive, said Kokela. We want to teach them a lesson, to say stop what you're doing, because if you look at it, the fat cats are getting a lot fatter nowadays, while the rest of us are struggling to make ends meet. On Thursday, COSATU backed SASBO's industrial action and said the strike would act as a build-up to the Labour Federation's national strike against job losses and retrenchments on October the 7th. It said all unions would be mobilised to ensure SASBO's shutdown is a success. Well, you know, they're pointing the bone at the wrong person. It's the ANC government that are causing this, not the banks. The ANC government are just completely cactus. That's why thousands, tens of thousands of jobs in South Africa have just gone walkabout. In an emailed response to Business Day's query on Friday, ABSA said that while it respects SASBO's intentions to down tools, it has not yet received notification of the protest. Kokela hit back saying, "Nothing will force me to give them notice now. According to the law, I have to give them a 48-hour notice." ABSA said it has business continuity and contingency plans that would be deployed as and when necessary, and that it has been reorganizing the business after introducing a new strategy and operating model in 2018. ABSA said, while there have been redundancies, restructuring has also opened new opportunities through new roles being created to advance our strategy. adding it has in place support mechanisms for affected employees. SASBO is an important stakeholder to us. We are consulting with SASBO through the process, and we have in place support mechanisms for affected employees. Standard Bank spokesperson Ross Lindstrom said customers would be kept informed should there be any change or disruption to their banking activity. Now, remember, Standard Bank just the other day had a complete shutdown or meltdown in some of their online banking facilities. He went on to say, Standard Bank provides its clients with multiple channels through which they can conduct their business activities. These include the mobile app, which is the one that had a problem, USSD or internet banking, unstructured supplementary service data, ATMs, branches, as well as the ability to transact at retail chains like Spar, Checkers and Pick n Pay. A NetBank spokesperson said in an emailed response that the banks had consulted with SASBO on all the changes made to its business that affected staff. They went on to say, our changes are not motivated by the need to maximize profits. Instead, we are optimizing our business to adapt to the changing behaviors and demands of our clients, influenced to a large degree by new technologies and digitization. NetBank said it had been responsible in ensuring that job losses were kept to a minimum, as it continued to optimize its processes, systems and structures. Year to date, less than 40 employees have been retrenched, as we always strive to assist affected employees to find alternative roles and avoid retrenchment. Banking Association SA MD Cas Kuvadia told Business Day on Friday that Labour, business and government sectors need to work together to manage changes in the banking sector. He said, I think to strike against what is essentially the impact of affecting the economy within the context of low economic growth is not the way to go. If you're going to say people must not retrench now, then in 6 months' time there will be a bigger problem facing us. Trade-offs need to be made between labour, business and government. Now, bottom line is there's a planned strike for the end of September, around about the 27th September. So just be aware about that, and apparently it's going to affect all the banks in South Africa. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Like this video, and please stay safe. Bye for now.